Welcome to Hope Natural Health, the podcast inspiring you to be your best version. Join me, your host, Dr. Erin, naturopathic doctor, dog mom, cancer survivor, and girl boss weekly as we discuss all things health, hormones, and happiness with a little side of this thing called life. Welcome back to the show, everyone. This week is going to be a short yet sweet yet amazing episode all about IV therapy or intravenous therapy. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because a lot of people don't know that you can get nutritional IVs. You don't have to be sick to get an IV. We are kind of under this notion where say you're sick, you go to the emergency room or something like that, and they give you an IV, and it's usually just fluids. And that's kind of the only thing that we associate IV therapy with. But did you know that you can do vitamin IVs? You can do nutritional IVs to help your overall well-being and your overall health. And that's what we do at Hope Natural Health. We do IV therapy. And a lot of patients don't even know that I offer that. And I love IV therapy so much because it can boost your immune system. It is the quickest way that we can get things into your system, and we can give you 100-fold the amount of vitamins in an IV than you can take orally. So when we're trying to pinpoint certain, say, opportunistic infections like Epstein-Barr virus or Lyme disease or something of that regard, we can get a lot of nutrition through an IV than you can take orally. IV therapy is also very, very effective for patients with cancer. I have seen high-dose IV therapy help so many people. We would have patients with cancer in the clinic during school come in for high-dose IV therapy. So those are things to consider if you are listening to this and have any of these chronic illnesses that your immune system is dependent on. This is the fastest way we can boost the immune system. So we all know what happened in 2020. So a lot of viruses are opportunistic, not just COVID-19, but any virus out there, any bacteria. So it's going to strike us when we're run down, when we don't have a good diet, when we have a lot of stress, when we're not moving, etc. So this is when these illnesses like to take advantage of us. So if we can keep our immune system robust, then we're likely going to be able to fight off these viruses easier. And that's where IV therapy can come into play. I am currently running a summer bee special at the time of this recording, and I might actually keep it because I love it so much. And a patient recently had one and explained afterwards that they were able to get so many things done on the to-do list because they had all the energy in the world after getting this one simple IV that took less than 30 minutes. And I don't know any other way that you might be able to get all the things done in the to-do list unless you were to take some illegal drug or something like that. And all I did was give B vitamins. And that's the beauty and power of IV therapy. So like I mentioned, we can get 100-fold the amount of vitamins in an IV than you can take orally. And what's better is your body doesn't have to work to break it down. So that's another effective way of doing IV therapy is for those patients that have a lot of gut issues or malabsorption or Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, etc. Like you're just not absorbing your nutrients as well. This is where IV therapy is so powerful because your body doesn't have to work to break it down. It bypasses the gut. It's used immediately into your system and can just saturate your tissues and your cells with all of these amazing nutrients. So that's another benefit. And then the third one is that it's so quick acting. Like most people, when they're dripping their IV, can taste the vitamins. They can feel, when I used to do IV therapy on a regular basis, which now that I have my own practice, it's kind of on the back burner, but I would feel mental clarity right away. Like it's that quick acting because it's directly into your veins. And like I mentioned, you're not taking it orally. Your body doesn't have to work to break it down. And then you're not even probably getting the full 100% of that actual supplement that you took. And again, not all supplements are created equal either. So I use high quality intravenous injectables, all of the methylated B vitamins, etc. So In my practice, we have a menu of IVs, but I can really make any IV customized to you based on your health concerns. So we have a Be Hydrated IV, which for now in summer in Arizona is crucial. There is a lot of dehydration out there because people are not getting enough fluids into their system, or you might be one of those that just doesn't like water. I do have quite a few patients in the office that say that they don't like water. And so they are dried up little prunes, and I've got to get them hydrated. And the fastest way to do that is IV therapy. Or you might need IV hydration or the Be Hydrated IV if, say, you have a bout of a stomach virus and you have, diarrhea or you're vomiting. Like, this is the fastest way we can reboost and replenish and rehydrate you. It has B vitamins in it and magnesium. So it's a really, really quick, powerful IV. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I do a Be Well IV. So this is your immune support IV. So if you're traveling, run down. A lot of people are out doing events now because we can, or going on that family vacation that you missed out on last year, traveling, etc. This is where you would want to do an IV before and after you leave for this trip so we can really boost that immune system so you can keep your immune system robust and fight away any, illness that might come your way. And then thirdly, I have a Be Lean IV, and this is one of my favorite ones and probably the most popular besides the immune support. But the Be Lean IV has amino acids in it and B vitamins, et cetera, that are going to help promote weight loss. But also, too, these amino acids kind of have a similar effect where we can give you the amino acids so that you can absorb your nutrients better. So this is a good one for anyone that has malabsorption in it, because it has all of the good amino acids that we should be getting from our foods that we're not, because we're not absorbing our foods as well as we should. So those are the 3 IVs I have, and I run specials here and there. But if you're listening to this and you're not in Arizona and you're like, well, how do I find an IV place near me? Well, one, you could just go on Google and Google IV therapy in your area. But if you're also looking for a naturopathic doctor, you can go to naturopathic.org and click on Find a Doctor. And I believe most everyone on that list will have a specialty of IV therapy listed, or you can call their clinic and ask if they do IV therapy because, like I mentioned, it is so powerful. So I wanted to talk about that today just because I see so much value in it, and the patients that come into my office that do IV therapy just love it, and they feel so good after. And I know you might be afraid of needles, but don't worry. Myself or my nurse, Megan, are very gentle, and it really isn't that painful of a process. So don't let the fear of needles deter you from getting an IV, because the benefits definitely outweigh that little poke that you're going to feel. And that is this week's episode. Next week, we are going to be talking all about gluten. And I have a special guest with us that is going to talk about her journey with celiac disease. And it is going to be amazing. You do not want to miss this episode. But if you found value out of this, and if you've tried IV therapy, I would love to hear your comments. So screenshot this and tag me on Instagram. And always, if you could leave a review, that would be so helpful for me and this podcast. And again, I appreciate you being here, and we will see you all next week.